good to be back in Columbus, and I want to say thank you to Ohio State. They do a great job putting on a championship, and as well to Ethan Walker and his staff, and congrats to all the teams that made it this far. It's an exciting time of year, and thrilled to be back.
We'll move on to the student athletes. Just a couple quick comments on being one of 8 teams with a chance to win it all. Trev, we'll start with you.
Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, we've worked all year to get here, so it's just exciting to finally be here and get to work this last week.
Yeah, I mean, we're just glad to be here, especially last year that we just missed the cutoff to be in NCAAs. But I think this year we feel pretty good.
Great, and then we'll open up for questions. Just ask you to identify your name and who you're with before you ask a question.
Coach Vinny Lips here from Off the Block. Before we get into the questions, just a little bit of housekeeping in terms of your team. Any injury updates since the conference finals, and any starting lineup changes you plan on making since the conference finals?
Yeah, I think we're as healthy as we've been all year.
And then, Coach, I want to ask you, looking at this match playing Penn State, you had an opportunity to play them earlier this season. What do you feel poses the biggest challenge for your team facing the Nittany Lions?
Yeah, they're playing a lot better. And let me just say, too, thrilled to play Penn State again. You know, Mark Pavlik, the head coach, is one of the best coaches in the country and just one of the best guys in college athletics. So always a great honor to play against their program. And I think they're playing a lot better than they were in March, as is everybody that's still playing this time of year. That's why you're still playing in March. So we got a talented roster, and we'll have our hands full.
Coach, a few weeks ago we did an interview, and I think you mentioned in that interview that you realized how much you were missing being in this tournament. I was just curious if you could kind of elaborate on that and just how you felt being back here the last 48 hours, in particular with this group of guys.
Yeah, and it's Billy Hall from the Star Advertiser. Yeah. How's the jet lag, by the way? You all right? Did you get here early enough?
Yeah, I was up 3:30 in the morning this morning.
Yeah. You know, I was kind of down the stretch of the regular season there. I thought about, like we really had a chance with this team to get into the postseason. And look, they do a great job of making it a big deal, and winning championships is a big deal. So for this group of athletes we had, like I said, we were picked third in our league preseason, and for us to be in position to compete for national championship this year, it's pretty special.
I asked Trev this yesterday, but like you said, you were picked third in the Big West this year. I'm not saying you're ahead of schedule, maybe a little bit with what you envisioned for these guys, but if you had to point to one reason why these guys have been able to put it together so quickly when they hadn't really played much together at all, what do you think that is?
Yeah, it's just the cumulative effect. We shared some new concepts and just kind of some of the way we do the training. And there really was a pretty high level of buy-in from the start of the season. As it went on, you saw steady improvement in basically the efficiency, recognizing when it's better to take a neutral, when it's better to just kind of gear down, whether that's attacking or serving. And like you said, they bought into it, stayed with it, and here we are at the end of the year playing our best volleyball of the season.
Eleo, I don't know if you can kind of talk to that, but like for as long as you've been on the team and the different teams you've been on, this team in particular, what has stood out to you as the season has gone on about them, and how have you kind of seen this team grow together and become together so quickly?
I think Coach Trotter kind of talked about it earlier. I mean, since we're like a new team, I think it just takes everyone to kind of set the team culture. Everyone got buy-in, and I mean, we have a lot of cultural diversity here, so everyone had their own style of play, and I think once we all bought into it, everything just evolved and our game just improved a lot. So I'm very excited to see what we can do in this tournament.
And then just for you to be here, you've been on teams that won, but you're gonna get a chance to play now. Heck, you're doing the press conference today, though. What has this just kind of meant to you? This your last year of a long career to be, just really sitting here and being a big part of this team.
I mean, I find it pretty ironic that, the first national champion was also here, and now my last national champion is also here, so I find that pretty funny. But very excited and very honored to be here.
Right here, Bryce Moore from KHON in Honolulu. For you, Coach, you mentioned that you've been here before, but what's different this time? Is anything different? And I mean not with the team, but I mean with you and how you're approaching this.
Yeah. I think I've found myself over the last couple of weeks just being more calm and more at ease with just where we're at, what we're doing. You know, I think there's a level of confidence I've seen with the guys and how they're communicating with each other and the level of engagement that tells me that we're ready to compete, and let's enjoy the ride.
For the players, Trent, I'll start with you. I can tell you're very calm and collected. Are you excited? Are you anxious? What's kind of going through your mind?
It's kind of a mix of everything. I think I'm more excited to just get out there for the first time and just get a good practice in at Ohio State. And there's obviously some nerves that come with being here for the first time, you know, doing a press conference here for the first time. But it's just kind of fun for us because we've done all the hard work in our past, and we're just excited to have fun now.
What does practice do, getting on that floor for the first time? Because, I mean, every volleyball court's, they're supposed to be the same, but do you get a feel?
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of helps. I mean, every gym's different. There's lights are in a different spot. The service line's a certain distance back. I mean, you just kind of got to get used to playing in there. Yeah, I mean, but it's just kind of volleyball at the end of the day. There's nothing much different.
How about you, Mr. Choi?
You know, I mean, like you guys said before, that we were seeded third in the Big West. We weren't really expected to be here, so honestly, this team, that we have nothing to lose, and that's how we just got played. Just we have nothing to lose, and at this point, every game is a bonus game for us.
Good here, bro.
Sure, I want to ask you, particularly as a setter, what do you feel has been the biggest improvement you've made this season?
I think stepping into a leadership role a little bit, along with Alea, along with Kerr. I think looking from last year, a lot of our on-the-court leaders and off-the-court leaders left, so it's kind of on us to kind of build up the culture again, as he said. And then on the court, I would just say consistency in my game. I think I've gotten more comfortable out there, and yeah, I mean, just kind of gotten more used to being out there with these guys and just more consistent.
And then question for anyone on the podium. This match, a little bit of an earlier start time than you all are used to. I want to ask, as players, as coaches, do you have to make any adjustments to that? And how much did that Catawamba match earlier this season, where I think it was like an 11 a.m. start, help you all just kind of prepare for playing a match like this?
Good point. Yeah, that we had a hour and a half bus ride before it too. Look, we're always in a unique situation where we're a minimum of 3 time zones away from our opponent, so we're always kind of on a different clock, and here we are 6 time zones, and ironically playing a team that's a lot closer to home, but it is what it is. You know, we got up this morning, had breakfast, and tomorrow will be the same kind of schedule, and once you get on the ground, you just you know, get synced into the schedule that you need to compete, and we'll do that on Thursday.
Tiff Walls with ESPN Honolulu. Coach, Christian's birthday was earlier this week. Has your Bulgarian gotten better, or has it gotten worse since he's become a Rainbow Warrior?
Yeah, he can go on some tirades sometime, and I always like joking him. It's like it's not his fault. Like he's blaming somebody, but yeah, it was fun to see Christian with a big smile on his face yesterday when everybody was singing happy birthday to him, and you know, we're looking to make it a special week for him.
And then for you, Trent, you got to see your sister Tannen play for LMU over the week, the Beach making it to the championship finals. To see her play in the finals and then to have you play here in the NCAAs in the indoor, is there something in the water for the family? How good is this Rosenthal family?
I don't know. I think we're pretty good. I don't know. She had a great weekend, and she played amazing. I think she got all tournament team maybe. Yeah. So props to her, but I told her I had to beat her. So hopefully I can keep hold on that promise.
Did she give you a word of advice for this week with dealing not just with the media obligations, which you guys do all year long, but just anything as far as being in the NCAAs?
Nah, I don't know. We got a different relationship. We just kind of talk trash to each other and hope each other the best on our way.
I guess the last one for me, Trey, is just hearing you guys, like, Thursday, do you expect there to be maybe some jitters at the start of the match? How do you kind of try to approach handling that? And also, do you feel like, you know, for the guys that haven't been here before, that the experience of playing the stand, playing in front of the big crowds, I know this is going to be different, but do you think that maybe helps you guys at all for something like this?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I think playing anywhere helps us just kind of getting in that mindset. I think playing at home is good just because we get used to it. But I think I like playing away just because, I don't know, at the end of the year we got to play away. So it's kind of fun to get in that environment and be able to play against a fan base that's not 100% for you, even though we do travel amazing. So I'm looking forward to that. I forgot the question. What was the question?
Just if you expect there to be any kind of jitters coming out there.
Oh, no, I think we'll be good. I mean, we got a lot of guys that are probably overconfident, but I mean, it helps us out. So we got Finn over there, he's just a knucklehead. So I don't think he'd get scared if he's playing A1 Italy. So, you know, we'll just go out there and play volleyball.
One final question for me, and it's for the players. So it's media day. You get one off-the-wall question. So I asked my 7-year-old to come up with questions, and she wants to know why you picked the number that you wear on the court.
Here, you go for sure.
It's my mom's number.
Oh no, I don't know. I just like number 5, I guess. Yeah.